Hi friends, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel for another bonus video Friday, which has now just become a norm at this point. But on Fridays, I like to make videos that I just genuinely want to make, that I genuinely want to talk about or try, and not so much worry about if it will perform well, but just have fun, hang out with you guys, and have an opportunity to be honest or try something completely new. Today, I wanted to do something that might be a little bit scary for me, a little bit vulnerable, but I have been watching a lot of very motivational, entrepreneurial, successful, focused videos. And one thing that I have really determined is important to my success and to my growth is vocalizing goals. Now, this can be scary because you can feel judged for aiming so high sometimes. I know a lot of people might look at my goals and think, okay, Michelle, calm down. You're probably not gonna do all that. Or on the other hand, talking about my goals could seem selfish because a lot of it does involve personal success and making more money and growing a brand and all of these types of things. So because of that, it's something that I haven't really done, but I think it's really inspiring for me to watch other people vocalize their goals, and I think it is the first step to succeeding in those goals, is making it known to your friends and your family and your community what you're working towards, because then you're motivated to follow through and you're kind of held accountable in a way. And I have a lot of goals. So today I'm going to talk to you about what my goals are, both personally and for my business, my timeline, and just where I hope to be in a couple months versus a year versus 5 years. So hopefully this is interesting and or inspiring, but if anything, it's a little bit scary. The first goal is something that I want to happen in maximum 3 months. Ideally, maybe even as soon as a month. And I vocalized this before, but I want to phase out of all of my social media jobs. Currently, I do social media management for 4 different profiles, 4 different companies, and it's great, and I'm super thankful to have an opportunity to make an income and a steady income self-employed while I get to do this creative stuff for myself in addition to that. But said social media jobs are currently only about 15–20% of my income. And if anything, it's really holding me back from being able to give 100% of my attention and my dedication to everything that I want to do for myself. One negative to social media management is that between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., 6 days a week, I have to be completely focused on these profiles and making sure that no new notifications come through, because if they do, I have to attend to it. And because of that, for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, I don't feel like I can give 100% of my attention to what I'm doing. So it's really scary for me to let go of steady income, since everything else I do for myself can fluctuate so greatly. But I think I've come to the point where I have realized that I will likely be so much more successful if I can devote 100% of my time to my own endeavors, instead of having to feel like I need to be giving my time to something else that will never really grow and won't really turn into anything else, but instead is distracting me from things that will grow exponentially. So my goal within 3 months maximum is to completely phase out of that and to just take a plunge and a leap and be able to give 100% of my time and my attention to everything that I'm doing for myself, whether that be content creation, acting, Janse the label, or a couple other things that I have in the works at the moment. And that's probably my biggest goal that I'm focusing on the most right now. I really want to take the leap. I want to take the plunge, and I want to be able to focus on the things that I think will grow me success instead of just be my little safety belt. And that's scary to admit, because it might not be the most financially responsible, but it might be the leap I need to take in order to reach the next step in my career and in my growth. This is a more numerical, tangible goal. By the end of 2020, I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think that would be awesome. I dream of the day I have my little YouTube plaque with 100,000 subscribers. Currently it's May and we're at 70,000, so I think it's a pretty obtainable goal for within the next 6–7 months to get another 29,000 subscribers. I think that that's obtainable and that's possible. It's like ambitious enough to where it might not happen, but obtainable enough enough to where I'm feeling pretty confident about it. So I would absolutely love that. I think that that brings a new level of credibility. And once I reach that number, I would love to maybe look into different management type opportunities for this platform. I have a manager for my acting side of things, but I would love to find maybe someone that could help me sort through and filter through sponsorship opportunities, because right now it takes a lot of time to filter through sponsorship opportunities, and I realistically only respond to 10% of the sponsorship opportunity emails that I receive. So just being able to help me comb through and really curate the brands I work with at a much more specific level so that everything really aligns with my personal brand would be great. Another goal that I have within the next year, and now this is something that I'm just now starting to look into, and I don't know if it will end up being something that I decide is worth it or not, but I want to at least within the next year, highly consider and research starting a podcast. I think that that would be so much fun. I would love to do a husband-wife podcast with Brook because that's the world that he's already in. He does podcasting for his job. I have plenty of experience talking into a microphone. I've grown up doing voiceovers. I started doing voiceovers for a PBS show when I was, 9, I don't know. So I feel like I have plenty of experience like in an audio booth, at least just talking into a microphone instead of a camera. And I think it could be a lot of fun to put something else out there and to have one additional revenue stream coming in that would be within a creative field, but also like underneath the umbrella of building everything that I want to build for myself. So I think that that could be a lot of fun. Janse the label. I have quite a few goals for Janse the label. I would love, currently we're like right on the cusp of being able to produce our summer brand. So like a 1-month goal for me for Janse the label is to start production on our summer items, which are already like completely planned out. I just need to get them going and to have the budget to actually start production, to have an inventory and stock to be able to sell it. So that's my 1-month goal for Janse the label. 6-month goals, I would love to create a fall launch, maybe some joggers. I have a couple other things in mind that I would love to do. And I would say my 1 to 2 year goal is to be able to afford cut and sew. I know I've talked about this in the past, but currently with how small my business is, the way we're doing things is we essentially use luxury wholesale blanks that then we customize. So then we will dye with different organic dyes our colors, we'll add different stitching onto it, different patterns, we'll do different cuts, different hems, we'll pin sleeves, we'll do things like that, and we'll add our own tags. But eventually I would love to be able to do pattern making, which would mean I would have full control over the sizes. So right now, if we find a product that we really like and that actually fits into everything we're looking for, we can only carry it in the sizes that they offer. We have no say over the sizing. But once I get to do pattern making and cut and sew, I can do the exact same pattern in sizes extra small to 3, 4XL, whatever sizes makes the most sense for our budget and for our brand at that moment. The only issue is usually per pattern, it could cost, man, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000. So it's a very expensive, pricey thing to do to create a cut and sew design for your own brand. But obviously being size inclusive is very important to me and something that I would really like to work towards. It's just something that a brand and a business has to work towards to be able to afford. So I would love to be able to afford that within 1 to 2 years. My 5-year plan for Janse the label is I would love for it to become enough of a full-time job to be able to be like CEO and hire Brook as COO. His background is in warehouse management, shipping logistics. He has like that whole thing. That's what he did for the last 7 years that I've known him. And so logistically, he is on point for that. And he said that he thinks it'd be a lot of fun to help oversee the more like numerical, analytic, logistical side of a business. And I think that would be really cool to kind of oversee the creative part on my end and hand that off to him as one of his like main jobs and almost be like a husband and wife team. I think that that would be a lot of fun. And here is a goal that gets to be very vulnerable because this is all about money. I would love next year, 2021, within my own business endeavors between YouTube AdSense, sponsorship opportunities, acting, Janse the label, maybe even the podcast that I was mentioning, I would love to make a 6-figure income. If I'm being honest right now, I have been grinding. I have been working very hard, and I've also been very self-conscious talking about work lately due to some comments that I've gotten. I know I opened up to y'all about my insecurities, but then even opening up about my insecurities was an open door for more negative comments to come in about how hard I work. Apparently that's a trigger for some people. Some people don't like to know how hard I work. So I've been very self-conscious about talking about that lately, but I have been working so hard with everything I've done. And the last couple of months, if I were to multiply that by 12, this is including social media, however, I'm right around my goal of hitting a 6-figure income, which is crazy. And that's only been the last couple of months because I have been putting out 4 to 5 videos a week, and I have been doing all these additional things. Like I said, that is with social media. So throughout 2021, I would like to keep that up every single month throughout the month, but do that only on my own without any of the social media income. I think that that would be a huge goal and probably not possible. And mind you, this is all pre-tax, so I really only keep 60% of what I make after tax and tithes, so I really don't keep that much of it. But pre-tax, I would love to hit that goal 2021 without doing any sort of social media management. That would be huge. I would love that. And a personal goal, in a way, this is less business minded. I would say in 2 years, I would love to move into a home or an apartment or a townhome or even like an actual house that has 2 to 3 bedrooms and some sort of outdoor space. I would love to have my actual own home office in-house, like a separate room to film in, to work in, to be able to do inventory counts and have samples and stuff for Janse to label. Right now it's been impossible. Whenever we're moving inventory around, I've just had to like keep it in my car because we literally don't have a space for it. So to be able to have space to run all of my businesses in-house. I have my awesome co-working office, but I obviously can't take in a ton of different samples and stuff into there because though I have my dedicated desk, I don't have a dedicated office. So I would just love to have more space to be able to work on everything I'm working on and have more areas to film and produce good content. Those are all of my goals that I have working at the moment, at least that I can talk about. I know I mentioned in a vlog, actually, I filmed the vlog previously, but it's coming out tomorrow. I mentioned that I have a couple really exciting things in the works that there's probably realistically a 10% chance they'll work out because they're really, really huge opportunities, but they have been in the works and in the talks for a couple of months now. And so obviously being able to produce those and complete those and be a part of those are huge, huge goals of mine and would quite literally be career changing for me. But if I'm being honest, I'm pretty pessimistic because in this world that these things are happening, things rarely ever go through. It's a very finicky world. Those are my goals. Thank you for letting me share them with you. I hope that they are received well and you know that I'm coming from a place of vulnerability, that I don't want to necessarily talk about these things because it is about having a better lifestyle and making more money and things that a good proper girl probably wouldn't often talk about, but I love talking about uncomfortable things, taboo things. I think it's really important for growth and for encouraging each other and for transparency and for accountability. So thank you, as always, for letting me be able to be transparent and vulnerable with you. I love this community and I can't wait to see what life looks like in a year and in 5 years and in 10 years. I have this weird burning desire inside of me and it grows more and more every day, and it has been growing more and more every year since I've been 15, of this confidence that eventually I will be successful, who knows within what, but I'm not gonna take no for an answer and I'm not gonna slow down. And never in my life have I been hungrier for just being able to pursue my dreams. And I think it's so cool that God gives us the ability to dream and the ability to pursue those dreams full-heartedly. It's such a beautiful gift that He's given to mankind. And I don't want to waste a single day. I don't want to waste a single minute. I have so many things I want to do. That's just where I'm at right now. Okay, I'm officially rambling. I love y'all with my absolute whole heart. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.